This morning I woke up with a really sweet, tender memory. And I've been thinking about it most of the day. And I thought I need to share that, so I'm going to share it with y'all. It was a time in my life many years ago when I was a young mother. I was going through a depressive spell. And at this particular moment, we just found out that we owed the government a whole bunch of money. Money I didn't have. In fact, we owed a lot of people money that we didn't have. We were working for my dad at the time, and we were just not getting paid. And we were overwhelmed. And I remember being in the kitchen, being overwhelmed with these thoughts and depressed. And suddenly I could tell that my 4-year-old son had entered the kitchen. So he looks up at me and he begins to say these words. When I am afraid, I will trust in God. In God, whose word I praise, I will put my trust, and I will not be afraid. That's all he said. Then he turned around and went back into his room. I thought how interesting that at that very moment, in the height of my fear, that this 4-year-old boy felt the need to come into the kitchen and tell me that Bible verse that he had been learning in his preschool class. At that exact moment. I remember it so jolted me and so moved me that I went back into my room and I got onto my knees and I began to pray. And I began to say, oh God, your word tells me in 2 Timothy that even when I am faithless, you remain faithful because you can't deny who you are. You can't deny who you are, and you are a faithful God. And you chose just a few moments ago to remind me of that, to encourage me, to water those seeds of hope that were inside of me so they would burst forth and remind me that I am loved and that I am valued and that you have a way for me if I would just be still. So I was still. And I said, God, I need you to show me a way. And in that submission to that trust and submission to his faithfulness, day by day, he began to give me strategy. It wasn't an overnight, suddenly money appeared out of nowhere. It was a day-by-day strategy. And money did begin to appear. And money did begin to happen. And we began to pay off our debt as I soaked myself up and wrapped myself up in that word that my 4-year-old son reminded me of. I kind of felt like maybe today, I'm not a 4-year-old little boy. I'm not as cute as he was when he walked in and said those words. But I'm going to echo those words to you. When I am afraid, I will trust in God. In God, whose word I praise, I will put my trust, and I will not be afraid.